Only on 12 News, the top 12 of 2019. Number 2 involves a baffling case, one like we have never seen before.
We're talking about Hacienda Healthcare and a nurse accused of sexually assaulting an incapacitated woman who then gave birth. Team 12's Tram Mai joins us with the details on the long legal battle that's played out all year long. Tram?
Guys, the story making international headlines at the beginning of the year. The rape exposing a bigger problem in Arizona that persisted for 2 decades.
Phoenix 911. Patient just had a baby and we had no idea she was pregnant.
A 911 call reveals a staff of healthcare workers in shock.
She had a baby. What a baby? Look, there's a baby right there.
Inside this one-of-a-kind care facility in Phoenix, a woman no one, including doctors, thought was even pregnant, gives birth near full term.
Oh, the baby's turning blue, baby's turning blue!
The 29-year-old mom from the San Carlos Apache tribe was born with a seizure disorder and incapacitated.
This is a woman, she can't talk, barely respond to a stimulus like music. She's in a semi-conscious state. So she truly was a voiceless, defenseless victim of rape. And it became clear to us pretty early on that someone had access to her room. They likely had authority to gain access and had raped her on several occasions.
A blitz of investigators from the Phoenix Police Department collect DNA from dozens of employees.
If anyone has anything, if they have information for us that they think might help us in this investigation, we would like them to come forward.
Then a suspect emerges.
He had everybody fooled.
Investigators link Nathan Sutherland, a longtime nurse at the facility and a Christian musician on the side, as the father.
Sutherland worked overnight shifts with the victim and ended up being alone in the room with the victim, which we later found out was against the wishes of the victim's parents. This never should have been allowed.
We'd just really like to know, sir?
The doctor who oversaw the woman's care before she delivered her baby, shunning our cameras. The Arizona Medical Board later exonerating Dr. Tan Nguyen. He and his staff allegedly missed more than 70 potential signs the patient was pregnant, but the doctor never ordered an ultrasound. The investigation also exposed a loophole. A 1997 law gave Hacienda Healthcare exclusive rights to operate the care facility, and it didn't need a state license. In response, new leadership took over, and lawmakers required a license and video monitoring inside Hacienda Healthcare.
Lawmakers passed a long list of new requirements for these types of care centers to make sure the state's doing everything it can to prevent something like this from happening again.
The family of the woman has custody of the baby and is suing Hacienda Healthcare and the state. As for Sutherland, he's made several court appearances throughout 2019, and his trial.
All right, Tram, thank you.